Are you a dog behavior geek like me? Join me for my absolute favorite weekend of the year, the 2025 Dog Behavior Conference. If you've attended before, you know how special the DBC is. And if you've never joined us for this amazing 3-day online event, it's truly a one-of-a-kind gathering of like-minded dog geeks, pet pros, trainers, and animal advocates from all over the world. Registration is now open at dogbehaviorconference.com, and the virtual live conference takes place on April the 4th to the 6th. So, reserve your spot today at dogbehaviorconference.com. That's dogbehaviorconference.com. I'll see you there. If you love social media and love dogs, then you've probably seen my next guest. Her name is Jamie Diaz. She is based in Florida. She has founded Dynamite Dog Training. She is an absolute gem. And why I love Jamie so much is why I respect her so much is that not only has she built this huge business in Florida, but she has also become a social media sensation. And when you watch her, it's all very natural and nothing is staged. It's all very organic. It's authentic. But I don't think people realize how much work it takes to have a social media platform, to build such a great business, and to keep both going at the same time. So I'm so excited to have Jamie Diaz here speaking with me today. She is a VSPDT and she has been a trainer for 15 years. So she takes on all kinds of dogs, all kinds of issues. And I mean, you can see it. And that's what I love. When I watch your videos, Jamie, I just see the process. And it's wonderful to be able to see the dog learning in real time. Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and it's so good to see you. It's been too long.
It has been a long time. I think I was down in Florida. Way before the pandemic.
Long time, yeah.
And so tell me, this is going to be really useful for people who are thinking of having a career as a dog trainer, for somebody who is like, I want to make my social media better. I want to show more of my skills on social media, marketing. How can I market my business? That's what I would like to talk to you about. So can we start from the beginning, Jamie? When you decided to become a dog trainer, did you have everything mapped out, or has it just really been trial and error? Are you very organized? I mean, how have you got to where you've got to today?
So it's been a lot of trial and error. In this business, you have colleagues and people that you can go to, but you're kind of by yourself a lot of the times because you're building your own business. So it was just me kind of grinding. And before I even got on social media, I think I had 2 training schools or was opening my second. And I knew that it's like free advertising, free marketing for you, doing this social media thing. So really from the beginning, everything was trial and error, figuring things out. I wish it wasn't like that. I try now my employees and my trainers now, and even if they want to start their own business, I encourage them, but I'm like, don't make these mistakes. This is how you can get there. Don't make these mistakes. So it really has been trial and error for me so far, but the social media part, that's really blown the business like out of the water.
So as a business owner in Florida, you found Dynamite Dog Training. And I remember coming down to the center that you had there. But now you've expanded. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so Deerfield Beach, that's where you were. You did your book signing there. One of your books. Yes, I think it was your first book. You did your book signing there. So that was my original. And then I really have a school for dogs, which is not anywhere else that I know of. There's daycares with training and different things. So I knew that if I can expand to other areas, it would be successful. So then I expanded to Delray Beach, and then COVID hit. And COVID was actually one of the best things that could have happened for my business, because that's where I created a curriculum for my business, processes, procedures, kind of fixed all the things that were wrong. I then had a colleague reach out to me that she wanted me to take over her business. So I took literally that same business model. That one's called Lucky Dog Training Club. That's in Jupiter, Florida. And the same model, same schooling. It's just the sister company of Dynamite opened the same programs there. And again, I just wanted to expand more. I lived in Fort Lauderdale for 12 years. I finally got back there. And then that fourth location just opened in Fort Lauderdale in November. So I continue to want to expand. I think we've created like a great product, but again, it comes from that like trial and error. And with dog training, things are constantly changing. You can constantly make things better. There's new science out there. So it's constantly moving. But that's kind of how I developed the schools for training and wanted to expand, because I know that the more people I reach, the more people I can help coach their dogs.
Now, obviously where you are in Florida, that you are surrounded by a lot of trainers that maybe don't follow your positive reinforcement and your philosophy. How has that been? How have you seen a change of people, of clients that are actually understanding the difference between the two? How do you get clients?
So it's funny. So most of our clients are, well, now a lot of them are through social media, but it's from veterinarians. So I team up with a lot of veterinarians. I do a lot of lunch and learns. I am like boots on the ground, like out there doing, I think I did for Fort Lauderdale. I've done 6 lunch and learns already with different veterinarians' offices, and really networking. If I can get in front of them and tell them what I do. So, but as far as the positive reinforcement, what's funny is I thought Florida, because we know so many trainers here that are force-free, I thought everybody was force-free. Come to find out, once you get on social media, it's astounding how many people do not know the science behind it, are using shock collars, are using all these aversive tools with their dog. So now I'm even more fired up to kind of show, when I do a shock collar post, forget it. It's like comments through the roof and everything. It's like,
I know how that is, Jamie.
Yeah,
I know how it is.
You cannot.
Yeah.
So anybody that's come in, I get a lot of people, they already know what my business stands for, right? So when they call us, they know what they're getting. But we do get some people that, will come in on a prong collar or anything. And I've really kind of mastered explaining to people, not in a harsh way, right? I used to be on my soapbox, and I used to be like so mad at people. And at the end of the day, these people want to help their dogs, right? They're not looking to hurt their dogs. So I've really found, once I kind of show them, hey, you don't need to use any tools to stop jumping. Let me show you in 5 minutes what you can do without doing that. They've really been open to that. So I haven't run into too many problems with that. But again, my company's been established for a long time, so they know what they're getting when they come to me. They're not going to get any tools to use on your dog. I want your dog to communicate with you, and you to be able to communicate with your dog.
Now, the social media, when we're watching you on social media, I mean, you're working with all kinds of dogs. So, but 15 years ago, when you started as a trainer, social media was just starting, and the way that we know it. I mean, we had Facebook, we had YouTube, but really that Instagram, I think Snapchat was just coming out. I don't know. But then, or maybe Snapchat was like 10, 12 years ago, but it was before this massive boom of social media. And how did you, or when did you start your social media journey?
I would probably say TikTok, probably only 2 years. Instagram, longer. The thing is, you have to have good content that you're putting out, and you're not very comfortable in the beginning talking like you're talking to a person and like showing your mistakes. Listen, I'm not perfect on my training on social media. I'm perfect that I know I'm force free. I'm not going to do anything to hurt the dog, but my timing might be off or something like that. So to really put yourself out there and be able to take the criticism like in real time, she doesn't know what she's doing. That took a little bit to like not care. You can't care. Like I know I'm a good trainer. Yeah. I know what I provide. I have the data behind it. I have, 4 schools, thousands and thousands of clients, thousands of dogs that I've trained that are happy. So I think about 5 years ago, maybe Instagram, that was the beginning, but I had like nobody until like, I guess the past 2 years, even on Instagram, it would just sit at like 1,000 followers, 900 followers. TikTok, that took like forever until I realized like what I had to do to get it going. But it is frustrating to try and put yourself, okay, I'm going to do social media and you're putting these videos out and maybe 200 people are seeing them. So I would say probably 5 years, but really like heavy on it the last 2 to 3 years.
And what is the secret recipe? How did you grow?
So well, not in the beginning. I slack a tiny bit now, but I was posting 4 to 6 videos daily, every day.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, 4 to 6 videos. Now, that being said, first of all, trainers sometimes feel weird. I must be so annoying to my clients, although they love it because all of my clients get a report card with videos on it. When they come to my school, they get 6 to 10 training videos because people don't listen, they forget. So
Yeah.
I've already had that system going with the videos. So it was a little bit easier for me to get on social media with it, especially during COVID. I did a lot. But you really got to get comfortable with it. And I have the benefit that I see, like I was saying to you before, any school that I go to, I have at least 40 dogs there that are training for that day. And I literally tell my staff, go get me a crazy dog. Oh, this one pulls and I'm like, no, I said crazy guys. Like I want to show people in real time what to do. But when I'm there, I'll get 30 videos in a day for one day of going there. So I have the benefit of working different dogs. All right, I want to work reactivity. Get me a dog that's reactive. And we like do it on the spot because that's what people need in real time. But if you're a trainer that's just doing a couple private sessions a day or a week, it's going to be harder to get that content. So you really got to be diligent about when you're going to like an in-home private and recording yourself while you're there and getting those videos while they're there. Also, it's like making them short. Like I don't want to watch a 2-minute video, right? That's why I mean, hopefully TikTok stays, but I love TikTok. It's short, it's sweet. I try to keep my videos 30 seconds to a minute tops because you lose people. And I want it to just be educational. This is what I'm doing in that small thing. So somebody gets something out of it. But I do have the benefit of being able to create so much content daily. Or even if I'm not at the centers for a couple of days, I could bang out 30 videos in one day and have those for each day. But 4 to 6 videos is a lot.
You still have to edit it. You still have to sit down there and break it up. And I mean, not you're editing what you're actually doing, but you still got to somebody's got to sit there and go take the videos and put them into your social media platforms. That still takes time.
Yes. Yeah. So I did try hiring somebody. I gave the content. I told them the tagline to put on it. Luckily, not luckily, but my videos can be much better. You see like all these like great videos. Mine are like, I do not touch the video at all. I just put a caption. So that saves time for me. I tried hiring somebody to do it and it just wasn't the same. It was more efficient for me to get it on. And my husband laughs at me. I'll be in bed. He's like, I thought you were going to sleep. I'm like, I'm just posting really quick. When I get up in the morning before the kids get up, I'm like, I just got to get this out really quick. So then it's on there. So it's a job in itself to do. And,
That's what I'm
also
saying.
Everyone asks, yes, do you monetize? I don't. Yeah.
All these locations and all of this, how do you have the time? And you're a mom too.
Yeah, it's you got to put in your everyday. If you want to be successful with social media and getting out there, you have to just put in, even if it's 10 minutes, start with one a day. Start with something with my clients. I tell them, start training 2 minutes a day. That's it. 2 minutes, right? Build from that. Do one a day. If you can get through one a day, then you get the grind, you get it. Okay, now we can up it. The problem is because of the algorithms, and the more you post, it's going to start showing up on people's feeds. And there's a lot of opportunity when you get out there in front of people.
So what opportunity what are the opportunities that have happened to you since you've done that?
So tons of clients, obviously, virtual sessions. I have virtual clients all over the world. I have India. I have Australia, crazy places. The time change is a little nutty, but virtual sessions that also happened during COVID. If I can see you, I can coach you. So I've mastered kind of that as well. I have a book deal that I got from social media, comes out October 7th, about all about like dog training too. And those are things that I never would have, I don't want to say never, but it would have taken a lot longer to get in front of if I didn't have that opportunity. And I joke with my husband all the time because I get recognized now in places. He thinks I'm like, I go, babe, I don't want to get recognized, but it's uplifting for me. When I took my daughter to Taylor Swift, she said, "Are you the dog trainer?" I said, "I am." I go, "Do you live here?" She said, "No, I live in Michigan, and you've literally trained my dog." And
Wow.
the restaurant 2 nights ago, me and my daughter are sitting there, and she was like, "Are you the dog trainer?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "We live in LA. We came here because of the fires. I watch you all the time." And it's just like, wow, I am like helping people. I am
Hmm.
getting to people.
Hmm.
So listen, the follower thing, it's not a big deal as far as, oh my God, I hope I get these followers. It's the opportunity that it leads to. When you have 1 million followers, which I'm almost there on TikTok at least. But when you have that kind of following, you are opening your business to so many opportunities, so many clients, so many people like seeing you. That's for me. It's not really about the followers. It's about when I have 2 million followers, think about the opportunity then that I'm going to have.
100%. And it does, it opens the world. And obviously we're recording this. There is a potential US TikTok ban about to come into effect. I know that we don't really know what's going to happen. US TikTok might go away. And that is actually really devastating for so many incredible content creators out there that actually rely on TikTok as well as other social media platforms, but TikTok especially, to spread the message, spread the word, educate,
Mm-hmm.
entertain, and also give people access to great information. So I think that that's going to be devastating.
Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping it doesn't. Instagram's great, but it's not the same. My Instagram account has been kind of sitting at like one level. You really need like a viral, like the algorithm is just different. It's just a different beast, TikTok. And obviously if TikTok goes away, you can find me on Instagram, and I'm sure there's other things that will open, but it's really, there's the bad parts about it, right? There is the bad parts. If you get sucked into the comments, like I said, or care what people are saying, then it's really going to bother you. I look at them just because I want to see the good ones, but it's amusing to me, but if you don't have that confidence and you're trying to put yourself out there, I would say maybe shut the comments off in the beginning, because it's going to break your confidence and you're not going to want to put yourself out there. But hopefully TikTok stays,
You
hopefully when
just
this airs, we'll still have TikTok.
just realize that, yes, I always say, if you do put yourself out there, people are going to, there are so many armchair critics out there, because of course they can do it better, or they don't like what you're doing, or that they have a different philosophy, and they're going to comment, and some of those comments are going to be really, really hurtful. And look, even before Instagram was a big thing, we had email on my website, right? All those years ago, when
Hmm.
It's Meal the Dog first started in 2005, we just had websites, and my email was on my website of like, if you want to get more information. And then gradually I saw more and more people, there was more and more emails, until the point where we had to take the email address off the website because it just couldn't keep up. But most of those emails, 98% of them were like, we really like what you do. Can you come and train my dog? Or my dog has got X, Y, and Z. Can you come and help me? But the very few percent were even then people were getting on their keyboards and like, Victoria, I don't know what to do. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't like what you're doing, and all this kind of stuff. And why are you wearing such tight clothes and all
Oh my
this
gosh.
thing? but but then fast forward to the social media age, where literally anybody can just say anything, and they really want it to hit home. And at the beginning, you're like, oh my God, and you're deflated and you feel like everybody hates you. But then after a while, you go, this is just some random dude most of the time, or just sitting there, just spouting off. And actually, you have no influence over my life I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm doing it well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're doing, but actually I'm not concerned about it. You have to develop that, we call it thick skin, but you have to go, that's them, unless something becomes really threatening, unless becomes something's really offensive, or somebody starts to spread lies about you, which I mean, I've had the lot. So then you have to take action, and sometimes you have to take legal action. And what people don't understand is that if there's anything like that that is borderline, all you do is screenshot it. You can find out the person who's behind it, and then guess what? That all goes into a folder, and guess what? That all sits with the lawyer, but just in case. So, people think that they can hide behind that comment, but you can find them. And if it's particularly threatening, then you can find them.
Yep.
So there's at least we have sort of that protection, but we don't want to focus on that because that's just a small percentage. The larger percentage, most of the comments are like, as you said, the people coming up to you saying thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Jamie, the reason why you're kind of a groundbreaker in this area is because there are so many dog trainers out on social media that we know that are just doing dreadful things to dogs. But you have really kind of got that market where you're showing, as I said, with all kinds of dogs. I saw you working with doing some reactivity with a Doberman the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You're working with all kinds of dogs and all kinds of issues, and you're showing how it can be done in real time.
Mm-hmm.
That is gold.
Yeah, I would say too that you brought that up, Victoria, which I'm so glad that you did. Some of the things I see on social media from trainers are so atrocious, what they're telling people to do with these prong shock collars. I mean, my daughter can't even watch it. She like she's like, I can't watch that. I can't. It's so disturbing. What I would say to like people watching, find the name of the trainer, Google it, see what credentials they have, right? Because these people are just spouting information. Like, do a little bit of research before you're like trying these things on your dog. I have every certification under the sun, CPDT, nose work, trick dog, this, that, and not just because it's education, right? And I want to continue that education. And if people look me up, I'm a VSPDT, like all of these things I'm like proud of, that you can look it up and you can find my name and you're going to see all these certification, all these letters under my name because I do the work. So all I would say to people too is, you're following somebody that you like, especially a trainer, make sure they have the credentials to actually train, because most of the time they have nothing, on there. So I think it's a little bit scary. That's like the bad part of social media, is that people are giving this advice to their dogs. There's like on TikTok, I actually just did a podcast that there's like, the things, the ultrasonic things that make a noise. They're showing these now, and it shows like somebody doing it to their neighbor's dog to stop barking. I'm like, if anybody did that to my dog. So I'm trying to get out there. Like one of my clients was just using it. I go, guys, let me know what your problems you're having, and I will help you without any like device. So there's that bad part that you're seeing this magic, right, happen on social media. And like you said, I try and do it in real time. Right. And like I said, it's not always perfect, but this is like what's actually really happening this second. I'm like, literally, film me. Oh, wait, this dog's jumping on me, coming. I'm like, somebody film me. Like, I want to show right in that moment. So, if you're following advice from people on social media, whatever it is, I would say really do your research and like find their background out first.
Yeah, I think you're nothing but authentic. And that authenticity is why you're so popular. I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, I'd like to talk to you about what it's like to be a female in this female-dominated industry, but doesn't really feel like that. We'll be back. Have you discovered the completely redesigned Positively.com yet? When you create a free account at Positively.com, you can enroll in fun, accessible, and free online courses to help you and your dog live your best lives together. Join the community completely dedicated to supercharging your relationship with your dog at Positively.com today. That's Positively.com. I'm back with Jamie Diaz. And yes, being a female in what is a female dominated industry, but actually to be a female in the media of this female dominated industry, because really there aren't a lot of us. There aren't a lot of us that have kind of achieved a status or a recognition of having a ton of followers or being recognized or what. Most of the TV dog trainers, of the trainers out there, are male, because TV land, especially, is still very male dominated when it comes to the experts. What would you say? I mean, would you agree with me on that? And what has your experience been being a female in the industry, setting up a business anyway, and then social media?
So I would say, well, when you go to these conferences, it's primarily female, right? So you would think that that's the case, but the men, I do agree, in this industry, the ones on social media, the ones on TV, I mean, you've really paved the way, thank God, with your show, that there are successful female dog trainers. I think what I feel is people think that men can get it done better because of their tone, because of their like harshness. And they think that a Doberman and a German Shepherd has to be, have a male trainer, when in fact, that's not the case. I would say, I guess because of my reputation, I don't fall into it now. But when I did have male trainers, sometimes my clients would request the male trainers and like pass me by, which is totally fine. That's a compliment to me. If I have a trainer that's working for me and somebody else wants them, but it was interesting that, oh, is this person available? And it was always to be, I have way more expertise. They just started training 2 months ago. Right. So it is hard. I would just say that if you're doing the right thing and your training is working, it's going to start showing through. And I think that's why my social media has kind of gained, and I hope there's more. I mean, you're right. I can name 5 dog training shows on TV and they're all males except for yours. There's nobody else. So
which is shocking,
I think,
to be
shocking.
Honest. It is. Yeah. I mean, there's been more high profile female trainers, but right now I literally cannot think of any apart from you. And obviously, yeah, me. I know that there's been trainers like Andrea Arden, but who else? Who else is out there doing it? And I just want to make very clear that we are talking male and female here, but however you identify, I think this is a great industry with however you identify. It's just that we're talking about our experience from being a female in the industry. So I don't want to exclude other people who don't identify as male or female.
Of course. And I actually love when I get different people that I can hire, that male, like, I'm like, you're different. You can thrive in this industry. Like, we're not like cookie cutter. And I love that. I think the thing is that it's really rare, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure there's like Zach George. There are force-free trainers that are males, but all the ones that I see on social media, all of the males are balanced trainers, which to me means you can't get to the dog to do what you want him to do because you don't have the skill set. So you're going to use an aversive tool. That's just me for balance, right? So everybody I see, the males on social media, they're using food, but then they have like the shock collar in their hand. It's like so confusing for me. And I think that's why, I don't know. Do you see on social media like a totally real, true, force-free male trainer? I mean,
apart from Zach George, I really don't. I don't. Not even in the UK. Okay, no, I'd say in the UK that doing the dog academy, yeah, there has been some, and no, there are some more high-profile male, but no, the ones with a actual TV platform or a huge social media following. Yeah, I mean, we've got Kamal Fernandez, we've got Sean Brown in the UK. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. It's I mean, we do look. This is a podcast where we do have a lot of guests, and the conversation does turn a lot to the issue that we're having with the punitive training camp. But I agree with you. The balanced training, there's nothing balanced about it. What a stupid word. Look,
It
you could
is.
do all the positive and give the dog as many treats and play games and toys and everything, but you'll undo all of that.
Yes.
You'll undo all of that by applying the aversive that makes your dog really fearful, or shocking your dog, or scaring your dog, or you apply that, you're done. There is nothing balanced about it. You have lost trust. You have made that dog fear you, or at least be very wary of you. Even if it seems like they're doing stuff for you and you've got like quite a great relationship, you've destroyed it by
Yep.
doing that. So don't talk to me about balanced. It's stupid.
It is. It is. That drives me more crazy than anything else. And I literally, even on my find a balance trainer, I have to like tunnel that out. And again, I'm going to like keep driving what I'm doing. I'm going to like keep posting in real time what I'm doing, and people are taking to it. I'm helping people. Like I said, I've people come to me from other places, because I always think it's like people just see me in Florida, right? I don't know the scope that I have. But then when people come to me from like out of state and they're like, you helped me train my dog, you just from social media, I'm like, oh my gosh, I am like helping people, right? I know I am, but getting that validation that no, I really am helping people. So I let all that, I mean, the balance stuff irks me more than anything. But listen, I wind up getting those guys because, they wind up not being trained. So
Right,
I
exactly. So
wind
then
up
they
getting
come to
those dogs.
you. They come to you, and I do think it's really good. I definitely think some of the criticism that I get is, oh, Victoria, you only train the little dogs, and I'm like, have you seen my show? Really? Have you seen my show? Well, no, they haven't, of course, but it's just kind of the way they try and like demean you. But you're showing, right? Because I don't do, apart from It's Me or the Dog content that's put out on the It's Me or the Dog
Hmm.
platforms. Um, I do any of my sort of social media platforms are more like intimate about my life and about, about things that we're doing at VSA. So I'm not putting out content, but you are showing that you can work with all kinds of dogs with all kinds of issues. How easy or difficult has it been for you to, let's say, work with a more complex, as you said, a more crazy dog on an issue such as reactivity in with the camera rolling?
So the only thing with a great question, I love like showing anything. I do aggressive dogs. I do, everything. I mean, it's the same protocol with like the body language and stuff, but I got some comments from a shepherd that my first time working him, I didn't know his threshold, right? So reactivity, you have to see how close, how far, if the dog's going to eat. I had a dog, and it's on my social media, like all the way back. It was a German shepherd that I had. The dog jumped up on the fence. I didn't even want to like pull him down from the fence, but his paws were like on the
Oh, I
fence. So I
think
was
I
like
saw
calling him
that.
over. He
Right.
wasn't eating. That's my first time. The owners just came. We were doing a consultation with him. I take the dog out. I said, let me just see what his threshold is. He would not eat the chicken, that real chicken that he was eating inside. He was not eating the turkey. He jumped up and was reacting. He's a young dog, which he'll make progress. But on the, comments, they're saying stuff, and I don't care. Like, that was my dog, the dog. Like, all I said to them in the comments, follow for progress. That was my first initial with the dog. Now I can create a plan. Now I'm like, we're going to work inside with a stuffed dog with far distance to start. And we're going to give him the skill set first. And then we'll move into real dog again, all the way back. So for me, it's not that it's hard. And if I fail in the video, I say how to fix it. Okay, well, this isn't working. He's not eating. He's not, because people need to see that too. I can like show a perfect video, but their dog's not eating and they're reacting. And then people are like, oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't always work because you have to listen to the dog, their body language. And this setup is not going to work for this dog. So that was like one of the ones that was like not a great video, but not that I don't care. I want to show that. I want to show what happens when you have a reactive dog. I'm telling you to feed them, do all this stuff, and this dog's doing none of it. So all I said is like follow for progress. And I want people to see, like I tell my trainers when they're training, because all the dogs get videos at my schools to help the owners. And I say, film the mistakes. If the dog's not doing it for you, that's what we want to see. Oh, I'm showing you how to do it down. Take the treat to the nose, bring it. The dog's not doing it. Explain, why is he not doing it? Is he distracted? Is he not eating? Is the food, like those are the things I try to show So something with reactivity, I don't know what I'm going to get. Like that was my first dog holding this dog in that
but
like video.
Jamie, I love it though. I love it because you're problem solving. You're finding out, like you're getting data from this dog. Okay, Sarah
Mm-hmm.
Fisher always says you'll get data, right? So you're getting data, and
Mm-hmm.
you're holding that other end of the lead. So you're feeling how that dog is expressing its excitement, its discomfort. What you're getting data, you're showing that in real time. And that, I think that's TV gold. That's the reason
Mm-hmm.
why It's Me or the Dog was so successful, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not perfect. It's not like you see that challenge, you see, okay, I got to stop, I got to problem solve. And people like to see that's the dog learning. But you
Mm-hmm.
can't just take a dog's lead and it be perfect. You have to understand the dog that you have at the other end of your lead. You have to understand their issues. You have to feel what they're feeling. And then you can problem solve, troubleshoot
Mm-hmm.
of like, how am I going to tackle this dog? And what I might do, it might not work. I always say to our students at VSA, look, there's so much shame, or you put so much shame or embarrassment on yourself when things don't work. And of course, a client is paying you money. You want to go out there and like fix their dog. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the issue. These are animals, right? You have to find out information. You have to gather your data. So that now you know the dog more. So now you can then get a plan of what you're going to do. And you know what, it might not work. But that's the mark of a good trainer, to say, okay, I'm trying these things. It's not working. Now I'm going to pivot and I'm going to think,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to problem solve. And now I'm going to come up with this protocol that, my God, it is going to work. And you see
Yeah.
it. But it's not a freaking, I'm just going to press the button and shock the dog and then the dog stops. That is just ridiculous, because that's not learning. That is suppression. What you are
Correct.
showing is the process.
Yeah.
And that's how dogs learn.
Yes, people need to see that. People need to see. And I was like, I twisted. I mean, the video was terrible on, like, even as a trainer, I didn't think he was going to react like that. He's like an 8-month-old shepherd. I'm like, he's probably just a frustrated greeter. He's probably not going to, he was one of the strongest shepherd that I held. And he like actually spun me because I just even wasn't ready for that. But like, I posted that. I want to show that, that's where you have to see. That's, like you said, the process of seeing it. I don't need to just shut down the dog and, shock him to do. That's not, like I tell everybody, you're not getting to the root of the problem. It's the same with like, I know we can get into like a whole tangent on this, but it's the same with like a prong collar. Okay. Prong collar, training collar, put that on a dog and walk them. You see some dogs walking beautifully on a prong, right? So now I tell them, put on a regular flat collar on that dog. What does the dog do? He goes right back to pulling. Why? Because the dog learned nothing. He didn't learn how to walk on a leash. He didn't learn how to do anything. Whether, and this is what I talked about on my podcast yesterday, whether it's because he's just uncomfortable or the sensation or it doesn't hurt, it doesn't matter. He didn't learn anything. And I just have to say this because I was like hammering this yesterday. You cannot tell me it doesn't hurt. You are not your dog and their feelings. Like, I just had to get that out too, because these people that say it doesn't hurt, I'm like, you are not that dog. I had a dog that I would wipe his paws and he would yelp. His paws were just, my husband would be like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm just like wiping, lightly, like from a puppy. He's just sensitive. So it's like stuff like that. Like, stop saying it doesn't hurt, because you are not your dog. You cannot tell what your dog's feelings are. So it's like things like that I try and get people and show them in real time. Like, we're actually training. We're teaching your dog. We're not using a device to train your dog. I don't even like using the leash. I like to teach loose leash walking without a leash first, inside, and then just clip it on after. So all these things I'm trying to like open up people's minds about. And like social media for me has, like, people have been getting it. People have been trying it. I don't have a clause saying do not try this at home, right? I want people to try these things because they're safe and they're effective. So
I'm so pleased that you're on social media, and I hope as we're recording this that when we do air this episode that TikTok is still there, but yes, as you say, so there are other platforms that you're on. Can you give people, if they want to follow you, and I say, hey, follow her, follow
yes.
this lady, where would they go?
So I'm on Facebook at Dynamite Dog Training. Actually, my Facebook has really like grown as well, which is, nice. It's another platform. Instagram, same thing at Dynamite Dog Training. And then also I do have a podcast, Barks to Basics, which it was mostly for my clients, but it's for everybody, like crate training, puppy socialization, so that even for me, for resources, I can say, hey, go to episode 2. It's all about how to crate train your puppy. So Barks to Basic also is the podcast. But all of those platforms you can find me on at Dynamite. I think I'm on X too, but I don't post as much. Oh, and YouTube at Dynamite Dog Training as well. I have to get better at my YouTube channel. There's only so much you can do. YouTube is the one that pays. By the way, I don't get paid for I don't have any monetization on any of these outlets. That's not why I do it. But YouTube, I know you can get paid, but there's only like so much that I can do.
That you can
That's
do.
like a thing that I have to do. Yeah.
I think if TikTok goes away, I think I think a lot of the TikTokers will go probably back to YouTube or, and and then there's new social media platforms, Blue Sky, that's just come up where a lot of people were defecting from Meta to Blue Sky or defecting from X to Blue Sky. So I just joined Blue Sky and I was very excited because I posted a really cool picture from my Blue Sky profile pics, but I have not posted a thing yet. I'm following one person, haven't done anything.
Okay.
Because it's the time thing. I don't, there's just not a lot of time, which is why I think what you say about like filming content as you're doing it, and obviously you want to get releases from your people. How do you do that? Do you make sure that you get people to sign a release to say it's okay?
So everyone, there's a liability and release waiver, and on there it says that we can use any photo or videos on social media. So I think, to be honest, my clients love it when I post. Like when they see me, they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you actually come in to like." They see me at my school, they're like, "I didn't know you actually like come here." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm like working." So they love seeing their dogs on social media. So, I mean, I haven't run into any problems, but they do have to sign. I'm not like filming random dogs, right? They do have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, I think that's important for people who want to do the same thing. If you are going to go down the same path, then you have to make sure that you do it right. And having that waiver signed and having release forms done so that you can use that content with their dog, with them, wherever you deem fit. That's really important aspect. And we do that whenever we film for anything, is that we always make sure that we have release forms so that, it's people might change their mind down the road. You've got to have something that keeps you. So there's a whole business behind this. It's not just, filming content and sticking it up there. There's a whole business behind it. I think you are really, truly showing other trainers how you built from scratch, as I said, a very, very successful business, both in terms of your localized business in Florida, but also now something that's not only national, but is international as well. So I think there's a lot of, where, you can say, oh my God, you're so just all you care about is likes and all you care about is how many followers you have. Well, because it means that our information is getting out there. Yes. And it means that I can do a consultation with somebody in India. I can do a consultation with somebody in Australia because they're seeing my content and I'm affecting change and making dogs' lives better around the world. That's it, isn't it? How does that make you feel?
It's very cool. It's like very uplifting. And even hearing from people, they'll message me on WhatsApp because they're in a different time zone. And it's a way to get your word around. And it's free. It's free advertisement. It's free marketing. I'm doing a podcast with one of my clients next week on virtual training because she got a puppy and she's done everything virtually and she's a great owner. So just to show people that you can help people everywhere in different ways. And social media helps you get into the living rooms of those people.
Absolutely. Everybody's on their computer now, or actually, no, everybody's on their phones, and especially the younger generation. I mean, they're on their phones. They're not watching TV. I thought when my daughter went to college, I'll get them, I'll put a TV in the apartment, and they don't need a TV. They've got like a projector if they want to watch a film. Like just, one of these little things that's cost $30 if they want to sort of stream a movie on the wall, and then they just watch on their computers or their phones. It's like, things are changing, and that younger generation is not growing up so much watching television. They're watching social media.
Yep. They're watching social media.
Jamie, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
You
thank
are,
you.
again, you're really affecting major change. And please continue. And if TikTok does go away, please continue on as
I
many
will.
platforms as you can.
I will. And I just have to say, I mean, Victoria, you were always my inspiration to even start dog training way back. So we've known each other a long, long time. And, we're friends now and I'm a VSPDT, but back in the day, you were the one that inspired me. So, I mean, you
Thank you.
obviously keep putting your stuff out there. You were doing a podcast before I was listening to your podcast years and years ago before podcasts were a thing. So
Yes.
she was there first.
Yes. No, I mean, oh my gosh, the podcast's been going over 10 years. Oh, no. Yeah. For a long time.
That
Oh my
you
gosh.
stuck, yeah, doing it. So, I mean, thank you as well. And thank you for getting me out there and having me on as well.
Well, you are very welcome. So anybody, it's Dynamite Dog Training, Jamie Diaz. You can find her on social media everywhere. And also, I'm excited for the book to come out, Jamie. Is it going to come out on all the sort of various book platforms?
Yeah. So October 7th, it's like a colored 200-page book, beautiful pictures. I did all the pictures too from training. And it's really anybody that, whether it's your first dog or just a new dog, just kind of the ins and outs and tips and tricks on how to be successful from puppyhood through adulthood. So
Amazing.
I'll keep you posted. October
Thank you.
7th is the tentative date, but
Very, very exciting. Brilliant. Well, Jamie, thank you so much. And keep doing what you're doing.
I will. Thank you. You too.
All right. You take care. How inspirational is she? From building a business from scratch to what she's doing now and truly influencing. She is an influencer, influencing people all over the world and providing great information for dog lovers all over the world. That is, I mean, I just, I'm just so proud. I'm just proud of her, and I'm proud of anybody who builds a business from scratch and works as hard as she does and affects change as much. So even if you're like, I can't do that, Victoria, I can't do that on that bigger scale, that doesn't matter. Even if you put your video out there, or you do a lunch and learn at your vet's, or you do something at your local club, you're affecting change in your community. So it doesn't have to be on a large scale. If you could affect change on a smaller scale, you have a smaller number of followers, you're still helping people and helping dogs. And that's your power. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you again on another podcast. Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to Victoria Stilwell's Positively Podcast. For Victoria's online dog training courses, more information, and helpful dog training tips, visit Victoria's official website at positively.com. Get connected on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media as Victoria Stilwell, and follow her on Twitter at Victoria S. Learn to become a professional dog trainer with the Victoria Stilwell Academy at vsdogtrainingacademy.com. And be sure to tune in next time as Victoria helps you and your dog live your best life together, positively.